Hello, hello, hello. I just want to say hello to everyone out there. I haven't really done this before the way that I'm doing it now, but just a brief introduction. My name is Chris. I'm 38 years old, and I wanted to create a platform where I can be beneficial to those that are trying to go on the same journey that I am going on. And I say going because it's really a never ending journey. It becomes more manageable to do it as you go along. And what I'm talking about is weight loss and physical and mental well being. Um, I could say a lot about this journey that I've gone through, and I started my journey January 13th, 2019. Today is September 21st, 2019, so we're looking at 9 months that I made up in my mind that I was going to do something about uh, my mental and physical situation because I had a lot of things going on and I didn't even realize that I had so many things going on, but my body was telling me I just wasn't listening to my body. So when I tell you that I had to change my mindset, I had to change my mindset. I had to change the way that I was thinking about everything when it comes to food, when it came to how I thought about food, when it came to what I put in my body, when it came to how I was exercising or not exercising. And, my doctor would tell me, well, you need to do this and you need to do that. If you don't do this, this is going to happen and that's going to happen. And I had a wake up call. One appointment that I had with my doctor was a wake up call, and he was um, giving me my lifespan at that appointment. He was giving me my lifespan at that appointment because at that time I was a diabetic, and I'll tell you why I say it that way later on. But I was diabetic. My A1C was going up every appointment. It was just a little bit higher every appointment. And he told me, he said, "Well, if you come back to me again, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, and we might have to take you off the pill and put you on the shot, and sooner or later you're going to develop high blood pressure, and you're going to have this happen and that happen, and you got young kids and all this, that, and the other." And he was brutally honest, brutally honest with me. And I'm just sitting up there looking at him, and I'm just like, "You are absolutely right. What in the world is wrong with me?" And this was maybe around November, December of 2018. So come uh, 2019, I had my starting point. I had already fixed my mind because I had a couple months to get my mind together and fix it. So I'd already fixed my mind. And January 13th was the first day I started getting myself together. I hit the treadmill, I hit the weights, and I did what I call the refrigerator test. Now, what I mean by the refrigerator test is when you open up your refrigerator and you look at the stuff that is in there, whatever you have in your refrigerator, that's what you are. If you have a lot of fatty foods, if you have a lot of foods that have a long shelf life, if you have a lot of foods that's high in sugar, high in calories, saturated fats, and all kind of preservatives and just different stuff that we can't even hardly pronounce most of the time that's in there, then that's what's in your body. That's what you are composed of. That's what you got going all up and through you. And it's either going to be a good thing or it's a bad thing. So when I thought about what was in my refrigerator back then, it was a bad thing. But when I open up my refrigerator now, I see a lot of green vegetables, green leafy vegetables, a lot of juices, a lot of protein shakes. I'll get to that a little bit later on also. A lot of perishable items, items that don't have a very long shelf life. And that's what I prefer to eat because when I go into the grocery store, I try to focus what's going along the outside of the grocery store instead of focusing so much on what's on the inside shelves because when you focus on the outside, those are the things that are going to expire within a few days. Your fresh produce, your meats, different things like that. On the inside aisles, you're going to have your preserved items, your boxed items, your canned goods, and things like that. So try to stay away from those things as much as possible, because that's what I did when I started my journey. I did some research on it, and it just made sense. So if something made sense to me in my head, I said, well, hey, I'm going to do this. And I'm not going to tell you anything that didn't work for me, because if it worked for me over this course of time, then that's why I'm giving it to you all, because I just want to help somebody. I'm not a fitness expert. I'm not a professional. I don't have a license in, weight loss and all this, that, and the other. But I know what has worked for me. I know what has worked for me. And so since January of this year up until right now, I've lost a total of 72 pounds. 72 pounds. And I did it the slow way on purpose, because when you do it slowly, what I've found out is you have a higher chance of keeping it off. There's so many diets out there. You got the keto diet, you got Atkins, you got all, this, that, and the other. And not knocking them, I'm sure they're great. But I didn't choose to focus on any one specific dietary program. I chose to focus on the Chris dietary program, on what works for Chris, because if I tried to fix myself and said, well, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, then I might deviate from the script, and I don't want it to have an adverse effect and have me just reverse everything that I worked so hard for. So what I did do, I gave up a lot of the cold drinks, a lot of carbonated beverages, beverages that kind of give you the bloat and kind of blows you up. I cut out a whole lot of sweets. I still eat my sweets now. I still eat them. I do. I just don't eat them like I used to. I don't eat them like I used to. Um, I might have like a small piece of pound cake, maybe on the weekend or something like that, or something along those lines. But I cut them out a lot, but I didn't cut them out all together. And I really started focusing on, your superfoods like your kale and your spinach, a lot of salads. I've incorporated that into my diet, a lot of lean meats, chicken, turkey. I've incorporated that, a lot of guacamole. I'll talk about that later on too. But guacamole is a very good food to eat when you're trying to diet. It's a food that fills you, it makes you, full, and it's a good snack that helps you last all through the day. It's a good fat. It's a good fat to eat. I try to stay away from a lot of saturated fats, um, a lot of foods, along those lines, and it's worked for me. The bottom line is it has worked for me. I've been able to maintain the lifestyle that I've become accustomed to, but I've paid attention to my body, and I listened to what my body is saying, and I started drinking a lot more water and just being a lot more active. And that's the key. When you can, change your mindset. First thing you want to do, change your mind, change the way that you think about everything, when it comes to food, when it comes to what you put in your mouth, when it comes to moving your body, exercising, um, and just being a better person overall, physically, mentally, and spiritually, because it all works together. Once you get those things going for yourself, it becomes a lot easier to do what you need to do to take care of your temple. I'm not going to say it's been a very easy journey. I've had a lot of obstacles. I've had a lot of ups and a lot of downs. I'm not going to say I've had a lot of drawbacks, because I haven't drawn back to what I used to do. I have not done that. But it has been difficult. I do have my cravings sometimes. I'm not going to lie and say that I don't. I do. But once you change that mindset, and I keep going back to that because that is so crucial. Once you change your mind, you will never go back to what you used to do, because you knew what effect that it had on you. And after losing these 72 pounds, and I'm still counting, after losing these 72 pounds and the way that it has made my body feel, and the way that I'm able to do things that I haven't been able to do before, it's just something that you can't go back to. And being able to interact with my children a lot better, being able to run and not get as tired, being able to go up a steep hill and not be out of breath, go up a flight of stairs and not having to say, wait a minute. Um, just being able to do things that I wasn't necessarily able to do before. So, it has changed my life for the better. And that's the reason why I wanted to come on this platform and just be a blessing to somebody else. And that's the bottom line, the reason why I'm doing this. I just want to be a blessing to somebody else, somebody that's out there that might need that extra push, that extra encouragement to say, hey, I can do this too. It's possible. It is possible. It's very possible. You can do it because I'm doing it. I'm not going to say I've done it because I'm not where I want to be yet. But I can definitely say that I've done it. And because I can say I've done it, I want to be able to say you can do it too. Like I said, if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, definitely shoot them my way. I look for positive feedback. Throw positivity my way. I thrive on positivity. Like I said, I'm not an expert. If there's something that I'm saying that you should not be doing, don't do it. Don't do it. If your doctor's told you not to do something, don't do it. If it's medically not possible for you to do something, if you're on medication, if you are, your health has you in a position where um, you shouldn't be doing some things that I'm mentioning, or that you've seen somewhere else, and you think that hey, you can do it, consult your doctor first. Consult your doctor first. Because what I'm doing is just giving you some suggestions, and I'm just letting you know what has worked for me. And I haven't done anything since January that's caused stress on my body. I haven't done anything that's caused stress on my body where I shouldn't be medically doing anything. If anything, I've reversed a whole lot of stuff, and I'll go into detail about that more a little bit later. But definitely, if I can give you some closing encouraging words, at least for this particular video that I'm doing today, change your mindset. Meditate, pray, whatever it is you feel like you need to do to get you where you need to be, do that. But change your mindset first. Change your mindset first. Once you change your mind, once you get your mind made up with what you want to do and how you want to do it, there's nothing that can stop you. Because once you change your mentality on how you look at life, how you look at food, how you look at everything, you can accomplish anything that you set out to do. So if you know that you need to get up and start moving and lose some extra pounds, do it. Don't start tomorrow. Start right now. Baby steps. Just take baby steps. If you can do 5 minutes, do 5 minutes. But watch that 5 minutes turn into 10. Watch that 10 turn into 15. Watch that 15 turn into stair climbing. And then you'll just go on and on and on and on and up and up and up and up and up, and you'll continue to go higher and higher and higher. And that's how it works, because your body responds to what you do to it. Your body responds to what you do to it. Your body responds to what you do to it. So if you feed it poison, your body's going to continue to poison itself. But if you feed it life, if you tell your body that I'm burning this fat off, I'm building this muscle, your body's going to be like, okay, I can go along with that. I can go along with that. And your body's going to act accordingly. And I guarantee you, you will feel so much better mentally, physically, and spiritually, because it all works together. But I'm going to remind you of this, and then I'm going to go. Change your mindset. Change your mindset. Y'all be blessed until I see y'all again. Have a good one. Bye-bye.